GM, happy Monday. Hi, Prof.
Hey,
Welcome to
GM.
season 3.
Season 3 is here. Here we go. So we've got, we're going to do a little sneak peek for you on what's coming up today. And we're going to be talking about, we've got some updates from Merkle, but also we had a bracket game drop a new frame and a token. So we were chatting about that. And there's a new Farcade game. And yeah, so you want to get season 3 started here, Adrian?
And there's still a leaderboard, and there's still
yeah.
more things happening on Farcaster than anywhere else on the internet.
All right, so here we go. Welcome to episode 201 of GM Farcaster. Welcome to GM Farcaster, bringing you everything from breaking news to spicy memes to the deep lore shaping this vibrant digital community. More than just a show, GM Farcaster is your digital third space where the community connects, the stories unfold, and the culture thrives. Whether you're a daily caster or just dropping by, we've got the latest buzz to keep you plugged in. So grab your coffee and let's dive in with your hosts, Nanish Prof and Adrian, for another episode of GM Farcaster. GM Farcaster. It is Monday, January 13th, and you are here with Nanish Prof and Adrian for 29 minutes of Farcaster news to start your day. Adrian, what did you think of the new little intro?
I kind of hate you. I'm sorry. I don't know if everyone else saw that intro. I don't know if everyone else just saw that intro, but that was the first time I was seeing it, and I hate surprises. So that's not fair.
I love surprises. I love surprises.
I don't like any surprises. How cute was that intro? And if you're just listening to the audio, you don't actually see how much in that intro we're laughing.
I know. Yeah, we laugh a lot.
I've been telling more and more people about this weird little side hobby I have called GM Farcaster. I know it's not a side hobby anymore. And I talk about how much fun it is, and it really is.
Yeah,
we've done a lot of laughing over the years.
It is. It's a lot of laughing. And that was just like, I don't know, 5 episodes. There was so much more. Like I was pulling just like ones that look cute, and I'm like, I could be doing this. Like there's so many more that I could move in. And then like the last one was from when we were in Idlewild at base camp. And that one was hilarious. Like that just went on and on and on of us laughing. And I'm like, this is too cute. Even though I was a little fuzzy, I'm like, oh, this is so funny. So yeah, I had fun putting that together. So we're gonna be experimenting.
Chic Bangs and Bar Lucid were about like 4 feet away from our faces.
Exactly.
While we were talking,
making us just die laughing. And she was shaking, like she was doing the shake. It was so funny.
That was fun.
That was hilarious. But this is season 3. We're going to be experimenting with some things and figuring out, like, we'll be playing with the intro a little bit. That's just the temp version of some things we're playing around with. We have a new outro as well. So bear with us as we play around with some things. And yeah, here's season 3. It's very exciting. So we're going to have, we'll be playing around with a few different things. And we're going to be moving to pods.media for our on-chain content. So that will probably not happen until tomorrow. We have to finish getting set up, but very excited for all the
I'm excited.
Things.
And we should have,
we have to have them on too. Yeah, we got to have them back on. We have so many people we need to get on the show. We're working through them. I believe this week we are going to have Humpty and Sahil talking about Open Rank and Cura. I think it's Cura. So and what's happening there. So I think that is going to be. We might have a slight schedule change to from Friday to Thursday. But more about that when we get that finally confirmed. But let's dive in. We've got some things happening on the timeline. So we're going to start with some of the updates from the Merkle team. This from Gabriel. Introducing data usage settings on Warpcast requires App Store update. By default, we don't autoplay videos and we load lower quality images on slow connections. Now you can enable this feature for cellular networks or to be always on. More improvements in the works. And this might relate to something you were shouting out.
Some unsolicited minor annoyance feedback on the timeline.
I think it was this one. I was trying to find it. Yeah. There it is. Minor annoyance, Warpcast not optimized for slow bandwidth, difficult to use on airplane Wi-Fi. It's 1,000,000% better and more performative versus a year ago, and likely not a priority, but wanted to share the feedback. Was hoping to get through all my DCs on a flight, but getting a lot of no messages yet. Errors. So that is good to know. Yeah. I mean, like, hey, they were listening. That was some quick turnaround.
Yeah, so I was on obviously airplane Wi-Fi trying to get through my DCs last week, and I was struggling. And Merkel loves feedback, even so, and they're pretty responsive. So I wanted to just post it. People have in the past. You can DM Dan feedback; he'll listen. Even and he appreciates it, even if he doesn't take the time to kind of thoughtfully reply. It's all getting through when you give feedback in a, I think, positive, constructive way.
Yeah, something that's useful, something. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. And no one from Merkel responded to my cast. And I was surprised at how many people jumped on to also say this was problematic for them. I've had issues with kind of low bandwidth before, but so many people also responded that, I take for granted bandwidth is free for me. I have like a unlimited, is that what we call it? Unlimited plan? Obviously home high speed. But in other countries and in other plans, people are paying per byte. So there were a lot of people who also complained. Anyway, what happened? It was like a few days later, it was like, some changes. So love you guys.
Great. Yeah, we love that responsiveness. It's amazing. And he had also answered right within your cast as well, and it added that information. So they were definitely paying attention. So thanks team. And this from DWR, if you have an existing web app PWA and want to convert it into a frame, if you do this, please reach out. Would love to boost your frame so more people discover it. So there's a video here for how to convert your web app to a frame. So you can take a look at that and walk through the process, and then be sure to drop it here. So Dan gives you a little boost, which is very cool. This from TLDR. Actually, let me move to this bracket frame for NFL playoffs. See cast below for Bracky's reasoning on preferring frames to web apps. Fascinating. Bracky is the new. So this is Bracky. Bracky is a token that launched, but he's also an AI agent, I believe, or he's going to be. Bracket game now operates through Farcaster frames. The choice of frames reflects my strategic preference for protocols that concentrate user attention and transaction flow into unified control points. I'm sorry, but that's a TLDR. This is actually Bracky as TLDR. Website would permit opacity. Every prediction must be public and permanent. The game is open. So lots of stuff happening with the bracket game. Very exciting, just in time for NFL playoffs. So you can go check this out. If you have interacted with bracket game in the past, you may have an airdrop waiting for you. So I know I did. And it was funny because one of the, I don't know if it'll show me. Hold on. Let's see if it'll show the list of about the airdrop that had because I already claimed it. It showed like the different reasons you were getting your allocation, and one of them was other games, and I'm like, there's Cast Out and Pickleball.
Pickleball was listed. Pickleball at Farcon was listed as a
I didn't remember.
You know what? Apparently I didn't bet on pickleball because I was playing. So TLDR, I feel like you should give the players a little boost.
A little extra, a little bonus.
Nope. None.
That's funny. I didn't know that.
And I'm not competitive, and I'm not still upset I got out in the first round of pickleball.
Not at all. No, of course not. But you know what, Adrian? It's not your worth. It's not your worth.
Kind of is.
That one might be different. Okay. This was from Christopher, just talking about the process. The whole claim and share process was super smooth. Good job, team. Agree. the claim, the airdrop claim, everything. There were a couple, I think, bumps early on, but once I got that figured out, really smooth process. So really well done. Moving on, this from Chuck Stock, new game alert. Black Hole is live, testing your timing and dexterity with our latest Farcade game. This game was really meaningful to me as it was one of the inspirations for the Farcade studio, which will allow anyone to become a game dev. It's game time. And this game is called Black Hole, and it is ridiculously hard. Like, it should not be this hard.
What makes it hard? Is it like
you have to time it right
to play, or is
No,
it
it's very easy to play.
Is it because it's in a frame?
No, it's because I have very poor hand-eye coordination is the problem.
Okay.
Step one.
'Cause you suck
But
at
also
video
other
games?
people have
What?
had issues too. So it's not just me. It's hard.
I mean, I won't even try to play then.
No, you should definitely try to play. You should definitely try to play. Everyone should try to play.
Now? You know, I'd like to do this
not
live.
right now, like we did like the other
I'm like, all right, you take the show. I'm gonna go play.
Go challenge me. So it's just you have to time it right. So it's your hand-eye coordination, and I have very poor hand-eye coordination. But also, other people have said it's hard. It's just a harder. It's hard to hit it every time. So
okay, so that's moving around
exactly,
the little, and that's pointing the angle of where that little
exactly
thing is gonna move. So it kind of reminds me of like billiards, except you can't control.
Yeah.
You can't choose where the angle is. You have to hit it. It's like a timing. So it's like tower
exactly
blocks combined with a little billiards game.
Exactly.
Is that right?
It is.
Right,
it's tough. It's hard.
I'm
but
out.
It's fun. It's fun. Go give it a shot. It's fun. But it's harder than you think it's going to be. Like I thought it was going to be very easy. It was not.
Okay,
and I was surprised.
I just played and I did the wrong thing as well, which is like, oh, I did it. I'm good at this game, guys. Okay. I am a golden retriever puppy in that when you show me something, I lose I forget we're on a show. I want to go
we're
play.
doing a show.
But anyway, in billiards, you pull back on the little angle thing.
True.
And in here, you have to hit when that little arrow is pointing at where you want it to go.
Exactly. Yeah. It's harder than you think, like, especially when it gets far away, because you start to overestimate when you're, it's just timing.
Right.
But it's fun. But it's a little frustrating.
All right,
It'll be a little challenging. Someone challenge Adrienne. Challenge her to Black Hole. But a lot of fun. And for those who don't know, also the team is like they're really just going crazy. They're cooking. So this is the 5th game, I think, that's launched. There's more to come, and they're also going to be doing some things with tokens. So there's a whole bunch of stuff coming. So it's a very well built little studio, and it's very well done. So
can
check it out.
Developers see how much we're playing?
Oh, yes. Yes, they can.
And will they?
It becomes part of the market cap. Like that's what they're tracking on market cap right now. So is how many plays. Yeah. It's a whole different.
Will they judge me?
Whole different look at market cap. Yes,
will they judge me?
Yes, of course they will. No, Chuck Stock, are you going to judge us? Yes, they are. Moving on. In Clanker news, Clanker is got an offsite, and apparently this is where it is. So this is from Proxy Studio. Clanker offsite, sometimes we call it a black site. Due to the laws in this jurisdiction, this undisclosed location has proved useful for dealing with several folks. This is not real. So Clanker, the Proxy team, Clanker team, I should say, Proxy and Dish, had a few other builders head into town and do a little offsite and hackathon kind of thing. So looking forward to seeing what comes out of that. Don't know if Bracket was part of that. They might have been. Yes, it's a nuclear bunker. We got to protect the clankers at all costs. They're everything now. They're my whole net worth. So we got to protect the clankers. Just kidding.
I feel like anything worthwhile in 2025 will be happening in a nuclear bunker. Just saying. Farcon in a nuclear bunker.
That might be true. Nuclear bunkers might become very popular. Anyway, moving on. This from Kyle Patrick. This from Kyle Patrick. I noticed that the best projects in Farcaster are the ones who collaborate with others. Case in point, Degen and Ham working with Proxy Swap. Now Clanker having a Degen pairing. Banker launched on Clanker. Together is better than alone. Support others and they'll support you. Many such cases. And yeah, that's what do we call that, Adrienne?
It's a genius, people.
The genius. Yeah. What's a genius for those who may be unfamiliar and have forgotten? Are new here.
Collective genius. It is collective genius. It's the genius that sprouts out of a scene where major innovations and novel techniques are created and out of a little hot scene, which is what we are.
Little hot scene. We're a little hot scene.
And exactly. And there is, it's collaboration. There's friendly competition that fuels people to, motivates people to try to do better. But ultimately, it is the ultimate, when one person wins, the whole scene wins. So we really try to,
Exactly. And that's really what we do here, right? Is celebrate all those wins as part of what we do here. So love it.
Okay. Someone's trolling me in the comments. And this is a throwback to FarCon.
Yeah. Yes, queen. I love it. All right, we're gonna
love you guys.
Along from the seniors. This was from Dan. 10 USDC. By the way, Dan, why didn't you just use Bounty Caster? But anyway, 10 USDC for best explainer on AICC situation. Why
I have a hot take on this. He did use Bounty.
Oh, he did? Okay.
Yes, it's invisible CAPTCHA Bounty.
Okay.
It's where you don't have to tag Bounty Bot to make it a bounty. It's happening in the background. Bounty Bot is now like invisible CAPTCHA. By the way,
invisible bounty
episode 200 if you want to know what invisible CAPTCHAs are.
Yeah, go check that out.
Sorry, yeah.
That's funny. Or you read Neuralink, right? He's just like, yes, I already did. Yeah. It's here. So 10 USDC for the best explainer on AICC situation. Why do people care relative to everything else recently? And Bricks Bounty had a great answer. And so this will help us all, for those who may not know what's going on. 1, because all eyes are on AI. 2, market cap of 200 million at launch magnifies attention. Great point. 3, Dow whitelist included prominent folks who have attention. Outsized returns for whitelisted folk, and then some folks dumping, including Bankless Ventures, further sharpened the spotlight. 0.5 SOL investment. I've heard 0.5. I've heard 5 SOL to greater than 200K. Around launch, 5 SOL greater than 2 million. Okay, so generally when a select few are gifted 200K for $100, saltiness ensues. So for a little bit more context on that, the AICC was it's a DAO that is around AI development, but big controversy came from Bankless. So Bankless had dumped some of their allocation and people got very salty, very upset about it. And then they ended up actually rebuying that same allocation, saying that they shouldn't have done that, et cetera, et cetera. So that's really what happened. And I think sometimes anytime Bankless does something, I think that was the one thing mixing from Bricks Bounty's like thing as to why people are freaking out anytime Bankless
because this happens every day. Yeah. Right? Like there's little
there's stuff like this all the time. Yeah. So that's what happened there. And that's why everybody's a little perturbed and annoyed. But yeah, so we'll move on from that, but it was fun to see Dan looking for a summary. So it was, and Brooks gave a great one. This from Chaskin.eth, who was on with us last Friday, and it was a great episode. So if you missed it, please go back and give it a listen. If you want to be featured, this is from Building Something New on Ethereum. Want to show off your app and get feedback from core devs and EF, Ethereum Foundation, researchers on a Twitter space. So they're going to be doing some Twitter Spaces, and he said, if you want to be featured on the first call, apply ASAP. We've received some great applications, and we'll be reaching out soon to schedule a quick chat to see if it's a good fit. Loving the excitement. Can't wait to bring core devs, researchers, app devs, and the community together for this. So very cool to see. And if you want to, if you're interested in applying and being on this call, go check this out. Here's a submission form for you. And these links will be in the show notes. And then also from Chaskin was this, and I'm not going to read this whole thing, it's long, but this was a thank you, Jesse Pollock appreciation post. And it's just, all I'll say is ditto. Yeah, amazing. And Jesse is probably one of my favorite people in this space by far. So love that. Adrian, you were chatting about your AI bot. So I'm going to read this, but then I wanted to ask you some questions and see how it's going. I worked on the transcript pipeline of a GM Farcaster AI bot project today. The pipeline is important because access to transcripts is what sets GM FC101 apart from other bots. So I need to make it ridiculously easy to upload new transcripts. Pipeline steps: generate transcript from YouTube video, clean transcript for known spelling issues like Nanish, Prav, and Degen. Break into chunks, create embeddings from chunks, upload embeddings to vector database. It's a lot of work. Updates: added better support for batch processing. Can now safely reprocess videos that have already loaded into the database, necessary for when I go back and work on improving the quality of transcripts. Pipeline is solid and working smoothly, and as of now, GMFC 101 has access to transcripts from 170 episodes. I plan on to upload the remaining episodes over the next few days. Once that's complete, I'll shift my focus to enhancing the quality of the bot's replies. So how's your bot doing?
The bot is getting there. Like I said,
your answer used to be, it's still dumb.
It's so dumb. Well, no, it's still dumb, but I've accepted the fact that it's gonna be dumb for the next few months, like weeks, months. I don't know how long. It's gonna be dumb for a while. I stopped trying to improve the quality of its replies, and I've just really been focusing on how do I make it so that it has better access to our like our shows. So that's the transcript pipeline. I've said this in past shows, but I'll say it again. It's really easy to look at all these other bots and agents on the timeline and be like, those are so good and mine is so bad. And I don't have a lot of experience doing AI development. So I keep reminding myself I'm going to double down on what makes this bot unique. Everything else, I'll be able to learn from others and get it up to some level like in the future. But I really just want to kind of nail the transcripts. So an example, like these spelling errors really drive me crazy.
It's funny.
And I figured out a way. So what I was doing was I was kind of loading it into a vector database. A vector database will allow kind of these transcripts, which are words, to be stored as numerical values. So you can do semantic search. What I was doing is I was kind of updating spelling errors in the database afterwards, but it wasn't actually changing the embeddings or like the numerical values for the spelling errors. So like when I would give the bot our transcript to say, hey, this is some context for you to talk about, it would spit back Nanish Prav or DGEN.
Yeah.
So the spelling errors got updated, it would do it, but it doesn't actually change. So if when you change,
it doesn't
the spelling,
learn everything.
If you're changing the meaning of a word, that doesn't get recalculated. And I was too lazy to fix. So I fixed the whole pipeline. So now I can kind of safely take a video that we've already loaded, fix the transcript if I want to, change it, and then reload it, and that should work now. So yesterday, one of the bot did have a spelling error in a certain episode, so I kind of I'll do a little test where I fix that spelling error, reload it, ask the bot the same question, and see if it gets it right.
It fixes it. Cool. It's been fun to watch your journey. I like it.
Yeah. Am I like focusing, like, who cares about spelling? Me.
Yeah.
Like I'm like,
you should care.
Nanish Pratt. Like it's, you
should care. I mean, if we can get it fixed, it should be fixed. Yeah, for sure.
I should. Yeah.
We care about spelling errors. I'm a freaking prof. Yeah, we care about spelling.
Okay. All right, good. But it actually is super fun to build and work on.
I love that you've been doing this. Yeah. And it feel like every time somebody asks, we get tagged on things where people are looking for, they have questions or they're looking for exactly this. They're like, somebody should build a database that da, 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 da. And it's like, yeah, she's working on it. Like, it's coming. I promise.
Yeah.
It takes time.
Yeah, and eventually we'll give it access to other things beyond just our transcripts. Like it'll
Yeah.
become the expert on lore. And one thing I also wanted to do is not just be like, oh, Prof and Adrian talked about it in this episode. Here's the link. And then you got to go watch 29 minutes, AKA 90 minutes of us like yapping, but go back and find the timestamp of when we talked about it and figure out how to
that would
I don't
be
know,
ideal. That would be
make a
ideal.
clip.
If it
Oh
could
my
make
God,
a
it should actually
clip,
make a clip.
that would be incredible. I know that's way off. But even if
Mhm.
it timestamped it and just said start here, or if it could pull the timestamp, that would be great too.
Yeah.
So,
By the way, I found the spelling error.
oh,
I was
did you?
asking it about lore, and it said a major highlight is the Gorgon Trail. That's the Gorgon. The Gorgon Trail, a game that occurs in a frame.
Oh, it's
That was
Boragon.
featured in
Yeah.
Cast Out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Boragon. By the way, board, like, just because I just thought of that, sending lots of prayers and thoughts for him because his whole
Oh, yeah.
family lost their
But
house, but he's been doing some fundraising for he was trying to figure out something to do to help. He's like, we're okay, we don't need anything. So he did a fundraiser for books. So to because their library burned down, he's like, my daughter lost all her books. Like, I'd love to get books out to kids books. So that's I think he's done like $30,000 or something, just fundraising for books. Anyway, side note, Boragon Trail made me think of it. But yeah, so I love that. I love watching this journey. I love that you're sharing your journey and that you're sharing like the challenges and all that so that people can really understand, like, creating these bots takes a lot of work, so that I have a greater appreciation of the ones that are so good, because like watching you do the work to get this one up and running has been impressive. So
yes, thank you.
yeah.
There's a lot of meta on the timeline of people being like, I hate the bots. Like the bots, like enough. I just want a social network with no bots. I just want humans.
I know.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, not
But
sorry.
We like some of the bots. Some of the bots are fine. Okay, moving on. A few more things before we wrap. This from Toady Hawk. Fridays are for shipping. And today I'm excited to announce the launch of Zero Rights Media, an open source on-chain content collective. If you're a fan of ZeroPod and Jack Wild's .eth, very cool and very base mustache, then you're already a fan of ZRM. We are going to be cooking up tons of amazing zero copyright content together about Ethereum, Base, Nouns, and the superchain all year long. Read the full announcement on paragraph below, and mint still day 0 on Base to celebrate this new chapter with us. Link in next cast. So what's going on here is that they're kind of pivoting a little bit. It was normally a nouns focused only media collective, and they've expanded that out. Jack Wild, if you haven't watched some of his stuff, it's so good. He just did one on Base that was so good. And he did a funny one about the mustache, which was hilarious. So go give this a look. And one of the things we're going to do is we're going to be partnering with Zero Rights Media to do a Farcaster monthly summary with like the top 5 things from the month on Farcaster that will be part of this network. So looking forward to getting that out at the end of the month. So very exciting. Exciting stuff here. So go give that a read. And, one of the things I didn't do was give a follow to Zero Rights Media. So while I'm thinking of it, I'm going to do that really quick. So go give them a follow. New alert, new account alert. This from Linda, bounty of 800 DGen for tagging me in replies on a Farcaster or Twitter post from a crypto user that would be a good fit for posting on Bountycaster. So you see somebody asking for something or offering a bounty, or hey, Dan, you know what I should have done? I should have tagged Dan.
Oh, yeah. And then gone back and been like, Linda, do that right now. Someone do that right now.
First
800 DGen.
Qualified post wins. Amount is per tag with no limit on number of claims, deadline in 1 month. So if you are interested in helping out, if you see something on the timeline that should be a bounty Go tag Linda on that. So that was funny. Yeah, I should have done that on Dan, so I didn't even think of it till just now. That would be funny. This from Horsefacts. I'm a big fan of Stevie P, and now you can play his new smart home adventure game in a frame. It's a very funny puzzle about the conveniences of modern life. I have not played this yet, but I do want to play it. And this is Stevie P's original post. Have you always wanted to play my award-winning game, Smart Home, without having to leave Farcaster? Well, now you can. So very fun. I have to actually get onboarded on there, but this looks fun. So I love all the games that are coming out. This is making me very happy. So I'm very excited about that. This is from jpfrenetto.eth. Clanker deploy $hackathon with the name Weekly Hackathon. This is an experiment, not associated nor official. What happens if an ongoing hackathon is bootstrapped and gives prizes, and prizes come from the fees that this Clanker will generate? Interesting idea. Funding public goods with awareness and attention. Farcaster is a playground. So this is the hackathon week 1. Submission replies to this cast with the frame, and it's a GitHub link. So you have to be actually doing some stuff on GitHub. Your mission: create an open source replacement for framesv2.com that showcases Frames v2 in a fun and novel way. Original repo under your GitHub account. Deadline is Thursday, the 16th of January. So you've got a couple more days left, and the prize is all the Clanker fees of hackathon up to that moment. So go check this out. Very cool. And if you want to support the hackathon, you can go buy $hackathon, but make sure you're getting the right one. Also, if I haven't mentioned it today, DYOR, NFA, cryptocurrencies are very volatile. Be careful out there, and nothing we say is an endorsement of anything we're saying here. It's an endorsement of anything. So all of those things. Did I miss anything, Adrian, in my disclaimer? I added
I think you got it all. I guess also there's no reward for running a hub.
I updated our disclaimer slide too.
We have a disclaimer slide?
Yeah. It's at the end of it's in our outro. So there we go. No, it's
not bad.
Just to make sure everyone's clear on that because we don't want to get in trouble. Gary's still around for a few more days. Don't want to get in trouble. This was from Polluter of Minds. So far, we didn't get to this last week, so I pulled it for today. So far, Farcaster has been the best distribution channel for Orbiter.host. I think all but one of our sites have directly come from people seeing Stephen Dylan Devs and my posts on Farcaster. Very cool. Love to see that. I'm not exactly sure what Orbiter is.
I know what Orbiter is. I can tell you.
Great. Tell me. That's why, by the way, that's why I saved this. I brought it up again for when you were here.
Yes.
I'm like,
so it's just a way for people to create and host static websites. So if you go to gmfarcaster.com right now, we will have a better website this year. It is very much a kind of static placeholder written in HTML, simple site with links. Things like that. So think of like portfolio sites, about pages, like your just old school static sites will be created and hosted on Orbiter, which is, you're never going to guess it, built on IPFS.
IPFS, I would assume. Yes. I was assuming, basing on who this was, that Pinata plays a role. There's an IPFS in the background somewhere. So
they launched this last week, and it was a few days later after getting enough people to, yes, Pinata, shout out. When you think IPFS, think Pinata.
Think Pinata.
So then I saw lately, I was like, oh, guess what? We're making an LLC. So it sounds like they've got some customers and taking little projects. So I was
very cool.
Happy to see that. Congrats, guys.
That is very, very cool. I love this. That's really good to see. Amazing. And this from SDS, a new year resolution is to write more technical blog posts about challenges we're working on for Warpcast and Farcaster. Here's a post discovering our migration from factory to our own hand-rolled job processing framework and the lessons learned. So very cool. more tech stuff, and this will be good for the hub as well. So for those who don't know, the hub should be back tomorrow. I have to double check with Dylan, make sure he's ready to go. And that's our more technical look at more technical stuff on Farcaster. So this will be very cool to see what else they're building.
Shane, awesome. I read this. I did read the blog post.
Oh, good. Okay.
It was. I really do love when the devs take time to write how they're approaching different things, the different trade-offs, what goes into it, because it's really helpful for the ecosystem for other people to learn.
Yeah.
It's the same questions that devs are asking like time and time again since the beginning of time. Are you building your own thing? Are you buying something that exists? Are you using open source? What are your different priorities? People on tech Twitter get very religious about tools and kind of, this is how you have to handle things. There's never one right answer. So I thought it was a really nice post that kind of talked about their history of decisions for job processing. They were using a tool for this and they outgrew it. They talked about what was missing from it, why they wanted to build their own. They also gave a lot of credit to, I don't remember the name of the company they were using, but said it was also like they shouted them out as being a great tool. It just didn't meet their needs going forward. So SDS, Shane, more of this year would be great. We love it.
Awesome. I knew this would, like, these two casts I was definitely saving for you. I think you would put them on the day that you weren't here, and I was like, no, that's not going to work. I'm like, that's not going to work. These are very Adrian things that I need her to talk about. But very cool. And I love this. This is great to see. It's great to see all the more technical side of it, and very cool. So go take a look. Something for the devs. And in Nepo Baby news,
yes,
go give alexschul.eth a follow if you wouldn't mind.
Or don't, because then you might make it harder for her to get on the leaderboard.
That's true. Don't follow yet. Just go like the post. Just like her casts. Just go like and recast them.
This was awful.
This was cheer post of the day. I'm going to start posting cheer videos each day, starting off with a brutal fail. Is that hard for you to watch that? Like, do you want to be like, my baby?
I don't know why. It looks like it hurts. I'm fine. I'm used to it.
Yeah, you're probably used to it. It's probably been with a gymnast.
This is a high school. This is an old video. Yeah. She's survived. So whatever concussion she got from falling on her face.
She's got a lot of, she started casting. She was home for break. Adrian got her casting. So we get some cheer videos in here. She's casting some other things. So a lot of fun. I'm like, yeah, keep that coming. This is great. Yeah. And this started with talking about Kenny had something that was a bounty for Pixar. It didn't happen. And if you were posting about a college campus, it was specific for that. So
yeah,
she
Pixar
got interested
didn't happen
again.
Has a $400, it's an ETH, but bounty to prove you're a college student and involved on campus.
Yeah.
Do you know how much money that is for a college student?
It's a lot. It's a lot of money. Yeah. It's a lot of beer.
So I was like, Al, hey,
get moving.
By the way, if you guys don't know, Alex Schull, on her, she calls herself the GM Farcaster intern. I'm like, it's former intern. She's doing nothing for us.
You're fired.
That is my daughter. She's my oldest, and if that wasn't clear,
yep.
And she's a total Nepo baby and taking advantage of the fact that Prof and I will boost her.
Yes, we will boost all the things. Yeah. But I love seeing it. It's fun. It's something different. I hope it will inspire my own child to do some things. Probably not. He could be doing like golf tips, like on the regular, but that requires work. So this is really fun. I love it. I love seeing what they're doing here. It's really fun. So cool.
And I will say watching, and the younger sister is also getting active as well. She's into food and cooking and baking. So she'll be doing
that. Is Sienna Cooks. Yeah.
Yes. Watching them talk about how to navigate Warpcast is hilarious
I
because
love it.
it really is confusing. You
Yeah.
think it's not like for someone brand new, these are digital natives, but they don't really get Farcaster and they don't get Warpcast. So it's hilarious. I wish I could like put a recorder into like their comments as they're using it because it's
That
comedy.
would be funny. That would be really funny. Yeah, so
And I do
she's
think,
trying to jump in too. So that's great.
yeah, and I
That's
do
great.
think to the whole marketing point, and I guess we're going to get to that topic later. I
Yeah.
still think we've not talked about that. Maybe we're not.
Maybe we weren't.
Are
I
we
don't
talking
think I
about
was
it's
gonna.
Basil? Is it's Basil getting
I
his?
did not pull that
All
one.
right.
No.
Weird. Okay. But anyway, the idea of like, oh yeah, let's market Farcaster and people will just come and like, it's
Yeah.
not there for at least for the college students that are
Oh, we
not
talked about
crypto.
that the other day. Yeah, we did talk about that
Okay.
the other day, I think. Yeah.
Well, it
Yeah.
trickled into the weekend.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, we have to, yeah, you have to incentivize for sure. I do need to, hold on, I need to reset this so that we can hear this one. Yeah, hold on. We've got one last thing, but I have to do it as a tab to make sure that we can actually hear it. All right, here we go. So let me make sure this sound is on. But another couple newbies who are new on the timeline, and this is how they're introduced. Baby, say something if you love me. If you love me, say da 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 da. So that's pretty awesome. So we get some new music on the rise. And then I think is it the brother also or something? I think. So that's awesome. So very cool. Couple other newbies coming in. Go give them a follow. It's almost time for rewards to go out. I think we have just a few more hours or something. I think something like that. I'm not sure.
I think it's like about 24 hours, or no? Is it less? Is it today? Does it happen today? Because guys, obviously I don't know because the rewards are not my worth. I'm not checking the rewards frame.
I occasionally check it.
It ends in 1 day and 1 hour. I just checked it. There we go.
I'm not sure.
So Tuesday morning.
Share this tab. There we go. Yeah, 1 day, 1 hour tomorrow morning. I am now 124. As it gets closer to the end, I really like
drop.
People start to really pick up. Yeah. Like I think I started at, where was I at? I forget. Like I was up there. Like 40 something. And now I'm at 124. But look at that. Alex Scholl hanging out at number 8. She was,
by the way,
she was number 6 for a little bit, and then she got bumped by July and Sloke. But
yeah, if you look at kind of the top, you're like, we're looking at, she's 20,400. She's in it. I told her to invite someone for 1,500 extra points. I don't know if you guys know this. I actually don't care about my rewards, but
she's just trying to help the kid.
Because I have no chance of winning, but I'm like, let's get this kid to win.
Yeah, let's get it. And that's how I felt when SwampNet was really close. I felt very invested in that. Had nothing to do with me whatsoever.
Right.
But I felt very invested that, like, yes, I needed her to win. And I was so upset when she missed by 1, just because I was, I don't know, just following the journey, So I'd love to see Alex get in there. Also great to see CJ at the number 1 spot, hoping she can hang in there.
Is that the second week in a row?
Did she get the top spot last week, or has it been this week? I think it's been this week. Did she get it last week? I don't remember.
I can't remember, but it feels like she's been hanging in there.
She's been hanging in there. So amazing. Ooh, somebody said, damn, I needed Orbiter a week ago. I just hired someone to build me a webpage. Sorry, Gloomy Llama. There you go. That's funny. Orbiter is the ship you're moving on the black hole game. It does look like that. It does. I was thinking the same thing. It does kind of look like that. Okay, everyone. That is it. Anything else, Adrian, that you wanted to talk about? Although I have to say, money can't buy happiness, Adrian. Let them eat cake also, Adrian.
I contain multitudes.
It's true. It's true. With that, everyone. So we will be back we'll be back tomorrow for the hub at 10 a.m. with Dillstack. Then on Wednesday, we'll be back for our regular show, 8:30 a.m., I believe. Yes, we definitely will be 8:30 a.m. on that day. And then we will be on Thursday. And I hadn't put the schedule out because we haven't totally confirmed this part. But I believe we will be on with Humpty and Sahil talking about Open Rank and Cura. So the Crypto Sapiens channel and sort of what they're doing. They've got a lot of new things happening this year. So we're going to chat with them. And that will be Thursday at 11:30 a.m. because they are on the West Coast. So that is the plan for this week. Adrian, anything else before we head out of here?
I think we covered it.
All right. First episode of season 3. So far so good. All right. We'll be playing with things, moving things around.
Do we have a new outro?
Changing things up. We have a new outro. We'll be changing a lot of things because we're also in the process of resetting with sponsors and, it's new year. So things will be changing a lot over the next couple months, but we'll get it dialed in there. But we do have a new outro. Very exciting. So with that, everyone, we shall say bye-bye.